Claude Masters, VP of NAFA, explains how chapter leaders have access to all sorts of educational materials that they can use to make meaningful educational presentations to their members.
The leadership is doing several things to help the local chapters, and it's not something that just happened overnight. It's kind of been an evolutionary process, but I'd say where we are today in comparison to several years back is we recognized that there were some things that we could do on a national level to help the chapters, and primarily what the biggest change that I see is the development of the what we like to call canned chapter presentations, which we took curriculum that very closely parallels what we use with our CAFM program and developed that for chapter meetings. And we actually use that as a resource so that if a chapter chair, for example, he may not be extremely familiar with, let's use hybrid vehicles as an example. Well, we have a hybrid vehicle chapter presentation that we put together, and he can actually take that presentation and use it at a chapter meeting to educate his chapter members. Now, if the chair does not feel comfortable that he's fully qualified to teach that, what we also do is we offer up a list of resources to be made available to them, like myself, for example. So let's say a guy says, hey, I'm gonna have a chapter meeting and I want to speak on hybrids, but I don't feel real comfortable that I can answer all those technical questions. Then what I would tell him is I'll make myself available that day, and you can hook me up either via conference call, or you can call me before or after the meeting with any questions that you might have, and I'll be able to answer those questions for you. So, that's just one example. We're in the process of putting together, for lack of a better term, a chapter toolkit, which will serve as a resource to kind of help the chapter chairs through all of the administrative functions that they have to do in terms of, how to run a meeting, how to be a good chapter chair. What do I need to know? What kind of issues might face me? And then we'll have resources that are available to them on the NAFA website so they can access those types of tools very easily.